Welcome to Booked, Busy, and Building, the podcast for dreamers, doers, and everyday people making it happen. Whether you're building a business, a mindset, or a better version of yourself, this is your space to stay grounded, get inspired, and keep growing no matter how full your calendar gets. So if you're chasing your dreams and figuring it out as you go, this is your space to stay motivated and keep building. So tune in every week for new episodes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Booked, Busy, and Building. This is the first episode of the new year of 2026, so happy new year. Thank you guys so much for coming into the new year with me. If you have listened to previous episodes, if you're a new listener, hello, welcome. I hope you guys had a very restful end to 2025, and I'm really excited for all of the content that is going to come out in this new year and all of the new exciting things that we are all going to accomplish. So with this new energy and with this new start, I want to make today's episode all about how to start a new year with intention, because I feel like whenever we have new starts like this, we all feel like we need to do even more work with even more pressure. But instead of rushing to achieve all of these goals or make these resolutions happen and have these crazy expectations, I feel like the main focus should be more on intention and getting more honest with your life. What is it that you want your life to look like? How do you want your life to feel, and how do you want to feel as well, because that is the most important thing. So it's great to goal set, it's great to plan, it's great to buy a new planner and all of these different things and romanticize the little stuff, but the real change is going to start with intention and how you go about your everyday life. So in today's episode, we're going to be breaking down how to enter this new year with clarity, with alignment, and with purpose, so that you are not just looking or feeling busy, but you are actually doing things and building a life that makes you feel good and makes sense for you. Tip number one is reflect before you rush. So if you are rushing and you're trying to get things done fast and you are always in go, go, go mode, you need to stop, you need to pause everything that you are doing, and you need to just reflect first on everything that is going on. You cannot be moving forward in this new year with this motion and action and all of this intense energy if you have not even processed where you've been and what it is that you have been doing. So begin with reflection, and I really recommend doing this with every area of your life. Are there certain areas that you want to focus on more? Are there certain things in your life that you want to improve on? What do you like that you were doing? What do you want to continue, etc.? Like, look at everything that is all around you and do this audit / reflection before you're constantly rushing into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And when you do this at the beginning of the year or even at the end of the previous year, I know we're already in January, so it's a little bit late for that, but we are still in the first month of the year. We're in literally the second week of the new year, but this is the first full week of January. So let's go into this new year and this new era with a lot more clarity. And for me, I already had things in the back of my mind that I wanted to focus on, like my health and wellness and finances and etc. So I made that a big priority of what I want to spend my time on in 2026. Like, those are the main things that I want to focus on within this new year, because when you create closure on what is not working anymore, you are now making space for new things and this new era and new goals to enter your life, because you're not focused on the thing that is behind you. You're not focused on the past anymore and what was not working. So have this closure on old things in life, whether it is with people or situations or feelings. Like, I knew that when I wanted to start taking social media seriously and eventually start a business, that would require closing certain doors, like not having certain kinds of friends, not having certain mindsets that are limiting, and only intaking content that is going to make me feel good, not do the exact opposite. So by having this closure on certain things in your life, you are creating awareness, so you're not going to repeat the same cycles in this new era and in this new year of your life. When you have awareness for these things, you are literally growing and you're moving on to bigger and better things. And I feel like for so much of my life, I was stuck, or I always felt stuck, or that I had to be around certain people, or that I was always the one left out and I was always not going to feel confident in myself. But when I started putting myself in the right spaces, and when I started putting myself in these environments that actually made me feel good, I saw my life get 1,000 times better, because I realized, like, I have this awareness where I don't like where I'm at right now. I don't like who I currently am. What can I do to be better? And once you start doing the work, once you start having that awareness with everything around you, everything starts changing in an amazing way. So intention begins with honesty. Be honest with yourself in all areas of your life, and then start moving forward with intention. Because once you do your reflection and and then you get going, I promise, you are going to start seeing and feeling the transformation happen all around you. Tip number 2 is define how you want your year to feel. So I feel like this is a very fun tip because I've always been a very big fan of vision boards, and I've been doing them literally for years. As soon as I found out what it was, I have been doing them ever since high school. But it wasn't until last year, it was my first full year as a post-grad, that I started giving myself a word of the year. And I did this because I was really inspired by another content creator on YouTube. Her name is Haley Gamba. She's a content creator, she's a YouTuber, she's also from New Jersey, so shout out to her. But in one of her YouTube videos from last year, she mentioned that she gives herself a word of the year to follow. So now I want to pass this on to you guys because this has been something that I really liked doing last year. So I want you guys to also do the same thing. But credit to her because I would have never thought to do that if it were not for watching her videos. And I feel like when you give yourself a word of the year, it can really help define how do you want your year to feel. And I feel like based on the previous year that you just had, for example, all of 2025, you can kind of figure out like, what do you want 2026 to look like? So for 2025, my word was grace. And I picked this because I feel like it really embodies effortlessness and moving calmly and not being so hustle bustle, because I feel like for so much of my life, I've always been kind of in survival mode and I've not really ever been able to just relax and kind of sit back and not always be worrying about something. So I think for most of 2025, I did embody that. And I feel like I really started to enjoy more of my day to day. And it was the first full year that I actually had moved out of my mom's. I started living life on my own with my boyfriend. I traveled to really cool places. I did really cool social media things. I had amazing opportunities happen. And I feel like I really started to flourish as a young adult living on my own. But when I was living at home, I feel like I always kind of had this stress and anxiety and just it would never go away. And now I definitely feel so much better. So for 2026, the word that I picked was alignment as my word of the year, because I wanted to feel like I am aligning with the woman it is that I want to be. I'm aligning with the routines and the habits that are shaping me into my dream self, because I'm really not that far from who it is that I envision in my head. So I'm like, let me just start aligning myself with the things that are going to get me closer to that girl. And you can do the exact same. Like your feelings are literally going to guide your behavior more than just making a pretty vision board and writing a bunch of goals down. Like, of course, it's nice to see your goals written out on paper. I'm making a vision board. Like I literally have my vision board on my desk, but your feelings and your mindset and your discipline, like that is what is actually going to get you to check those things off of your to-do list and your goals list. So pick a word of the year and then embody this in everything that you do, from how you wake up to how you go to sleep, how you work out, how you show up every single day. And one of my favorite quotes from Emma Grade is, how you do anything is how you do everything. Like she literally wants to be the most excellent person with everything it is that she does. She does everything with excellence. And when she said that in a podcast episode, I was like, I literally want to embody that. Like I want to be that kind of person. So it starts from how you wake up to how you go to sleep. Your feelings and how you show up every day are going to get you to where you want to be. You should not just be dreaming or thinking about it, because it requires action. Tip number 3 is choose fewer, better priorities. So when you choose lesser things to focus on, instead of a million different things all at once, you are way more focused and more committed to that one thing. Something that I noticed over the last few years is that I used to put 1,000,001 things on my vision board or on my yearly goals list, and I would expect it all to happen within that year. And then when it didn't, I would look at myself like, what was I not doing enough of? What could I have done better? And then I bring it back to me when I'm like, girl, like, not all of these things are going to happen within a year. Like something on your vision board from 3 years ago may be coming true now, or something from this year that you put on your vision board may come true in 5 years. Like just because we put something on a board right now, or just because we write it down, does not mean that it is going to happen in a year. It's not going to happen on our timeline. And of course, anything can happen at any time. Like so much can happen in a year, but certain things are not meant to happen when you want it to happen. For example, in 2023, I literally pulled out my little journal, my notebook that I have at my desk. And on there, I had a yearly goals list of some brands that I wanted to work with. And on there, I wrote, I wanted to work with Macy's. Now, I didn't work with Macy's until 2025. So it took me 2 years to end up working with one of my dream brands. And in 2025, that was the year I got invited to the Macy's Style Crew program. That was the year that I went to my first event with the program. I started getting cool in-person events and a bunch of different opportunities. But like, that is literally the real life proof proof that even if you put it on your vision board or on your goals list, it does not mean that that is the year it's going to happen. So choose the main things that you want to focus on for this upcoming year, and then just go all in on that one thing. But it's really important, like, don't choose a million and one things and then expect it all to happen. It doesn't mean that it's never going to happen, but it just means that some things have a little bit of a longer timeline, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, no right now does not mean no forever. Too many goals all at once can just create all of this like scattered all over the place energy, and you literally don't even know where to start because you have so many things that you want to do. So I recommend just having 3 categories or 3 buckets and then just working on that one thing. Like, again, for me, I mentioned my 2026 categories is to focus on my business, focus on my health/wellness, and then my finances. So I really honed in on those 3 categories, and then I broke down in little bullet points underneath each of those, what is it that I want to do? Like, for business, I want to get more clients for my media company. I want more people to join, and I want more members for my community on there. For my health and wellness, I really want to be more aware of what food is going into my body, what sugars am I intaking, like where can I have a little bit less of that high processed food in my life. And with finances, like, I want to focus on my student loan debt, I want to invest a little bit more, I want to make more money. These are all different things that require different focus, but within this upcoming year, I want to start making time for these things because they kind of all fall into each other in a way. Like, if I really focus on my business, then I can make more money, and that money can be used for my student loans, and that money can be used for anything else in my life. When I take care of myself and my body, I can perform better for my business and for social media. Like, all of these different things really fall into each other, which is why I really wanted all of the categories to work. But the fewer things that you can focus on and put a higher priority on them, you are going to have way more energy for those things. So intentionally work on your highest priority tasks. That is going to create bigger results rather than scattered focus and a ton of inconsistency. Number 4 is build systems that support your life. So you need to work on your systems that are literally going to support your goals and your dreams and your everyday life. What you do every day and these systems that you build are the things that are going to get you closer to where it is that you want to be. It doesn't matter what it is, but no goals means no structure. No structure means there's no systems, there's no habits. And how are you going to be 1% better today than how you were yesterday? So systems are what turn intention into action. You need your routines and your everyday habits and how you're showing up every day to get you to the next level. If you have been doing the same thing for months or for years in a row and nothing is working, that means it's time to switch something up, see what you can do differently to finally start seeing results. A system is this routine that you make for yourself, that you follow every single day. It's a set of habits that are done repeatedly to get specific results. It's not, oh, I don't feel like doing it today, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. It's literally like, this is what I do every day, and that is it. So for example, if you want to build a better morning routine, start waking up at a consistent time every day. Find some sort of movement or workout you can do first thing. Make a coffee or a tea. Have your outfit out the night before, etc. Like, when you do these small, kind of boring habits consistently, that is the thing that is going to stack up over time and get you to where it is that you want to be. When you have routines, when you have a system for things, everything becomes automated. You're thinking less, there's less friction. You are just getting up and doing the thing. But remember that your habits need to support you and your lifestyle. It should not be fighting against it or going against whatever it is that you're doing. Like, if you are doing things that you do not like and you do not enjoy them, like for example, waking up early, then you need to figure out how you can make your routines and your things that you're doing every day much more enjoyable. I didn't just start waking up at 5 a.m. I started the year before waking up at 6:30, then 6, and I slowly worked my way earlier and earlier, but it was not easy, and to this day it still isn't. Like, I had my alarm set for 5 today, and I did linger in bed for 5-10 minutes because I was so warm, I was so comfortable, I didn't want to get up right away, but I did eventually end up getting up and I went to the gym. But again, your habits need to support your life and what you want to do. That is the only way that things are going to work. Tip number 5, the last and final tip, is commit to who you are becoming. There is no secret, guys. There is no hidden recipe to this dream life or this dream person it is that you want to become. You literally need to just show up every day and commit to being the person it is that you want to become. I feel like we all have this dream person in our head that we want to be, or we see this dream life on social social media and we think this is so far away from who it is that I want to be, but it is literally not. Like, you can do anything, you can be anyone, you can accomplish everything it is that you dream of and more by just showing up every day and doing the boring stuff, doing the thing, and then waiting for it all to compound over time. We never know when the time is going to come, but we literally just have to keep showing up and doing the thing every day. And something that I think can be a little bit fun, maybe even sounds a little bit crazy to some people, but I saw this TikTok the other day from this creator, and his handle was L10Raw, and he said, make a character for yourself and get into character. Make this the alter ego version of yourself, rewire your brain, and make this character not take things personal. They get out of their head. They have a gift, and you make this character handle all of the stress. You make them handle all of the judgment and the critique, and then you keep showing up and doing your thing. And again, I know this sounds a little bit crazy, and it kind of reminds me of the show Severance a little bit, which I love, which is like you go to work and you're this one person, and then you come home and then you're this completely different person, like you're basically severed. But all of this to say, like, commit to the person it is that you want to be and then act like that person, because when you are growing, it is going to require you to let go of old versions of yourself. Again, when I knew I wanted to take social media seriously and start a business, I needed to let go of the version of myself that was not confident. She was afraid of taking a risk. She was afraid of what people would say. And then as the years went on, I overcame that. And if it weren't for that moment where I literally told myself, like, girl, you got to get up, you got to start doing the work, this is your life, then I would not be who I am today. So lock into who it is that you want to be, even if that requires making a side character for yourself or making an alter ego. Just start showing up as the person you want to be today and watch where your life can go. Thanks for tuning in to Booked, Busy, and Building, where we keep it real, stay growing, and are always showing up for ourselves. Remember that you're not behind, you're in the middle of becoming, so keep building what matters, and the life you want is already yours. And until next time, stay booked, stay busy, and keep building.